Hello, and welcome to day 2 of the development journal for the new game I'm working on with my partner Joseph. We're developing this game together. He's going to be working on the story, so he's hard at work. He's got the first scene done, working on a few other things, and I'm just working on the basic coding to get some of the mechanics and basic actions going. So let's just run through what I did today. I keep in mind that a lot of the illustration, the graphics, and all that kind of stuff, they're just temporary placeholders to work on the code for getting the mechanics down. So what you see is most likely not going to be in any part of the final game, as a lot of the stuff is just things you can download for free off the internet, and I'm just using them for placeholders, like I said. So I worked on a few things. A lot of the stuff I've done today is in the code, like refactoring things and creating different databases and such. So you can't really see it, but a few things I just added a few more. Like the fences and plants and grass and things like that. I fixed an animation where when you open up a thing, you get a sword in this case, where we can now use the sword. And I fixed it so the sword is behind you now instead of being in front of the character, so the layering is a little bit better there. Um, so we can go through here, and this one is going to be a shield. So there's the shield you can get. The shield, I don't have anything attached to the player yet, but he does have it in his inventory. Another thing I worked on is an enemy, a version of an enemy with the AI attached. So this is a bee. This is it's not animated yet for the idle state. This is what it would be if it was just sitting on something. And then as you get closer to it, it sort of follows you around. And if you get far enough away, it stops and it'll follow you around the map. And I also have it so, yeah, if it hits you, you sort of get bumped back. There'll be a little animation to represent that you're getting hurt in that state. And that's sort of what the enemy does right now. It just follows you around. The AI's, it knows when you are close to it, and it just sort of tries to track you. And that's pretty much that first enemy that I created. So it's handy. The other thing I did was, you don't really notice it, but the database structure. So I created an item database here. These are just things that they keep track of the different items in the game. So far, like you've seen, I have a sword and a shield. They consist of actual items, like the sword and the shield are actual items in the game. And then there's an equipable boolean here to say, actually it's not a boolean, it actually says what hand the item goes in. So this is the sword hand, this one goes in the shield hand. And then the animation that happens whenever you get the item, like in here when I got the shield, it played a specific animation. So this one is the sword. That animation, there's going to be the character will have a stance, and the sword will be around there. And then with the shield, it's going to be more like you're holding the shield up or something like that. There'll be a different animation there for the stance. And that's all controlled in the database. So this had to all be coded, and this will hold any number of items and keep track of different variables or parameters for those items. So that's about what I've done today. I can't think of anything else. I might have just tweaked some. I did a lot of animation work, like in the code, not necessarily the illustration, but how it actually works. I worked on that, and yeah, that's about it for today. So continue on. Still waiting on needing to get like a digital artist to work on a lot of these images and these rocks, plants, chests, the character animations and things like that. So once we have somebody on board for doing that, a lot of this stuff can get cleaned up to be more final versions. So anyways, thanks for watching. That's pretty much day 2 wrapped up, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.